Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're zeroing in on a specific piece of audio gear, the Kramer TAVOR-8-SUB. It's an 8-inch powered subwoofer. And this isn't just about the hardware itself, though we'll get into that. It's really about the whole package, especially the vendor support our source material highlights. We're seeing a discounted price right now, $424, plus there are promo codes out there. So think of this as, a value analysis for your audio setup.
Right. Let's start with the basics, the hardware.
Yeah.
Before we get into value adds, what exactly are we looking at with this low-range audio reproducer?
Okay, specs-wise, it's built around an 8-inch aluminum woofer, and it's got a rubber surround. Now, that aluminum cone, what does that practically mean for the sound compared to, the paper cones you often see?
Aluminum cones offer really good rigidity. They don't flex much, even when pushed. That translates to tighter, more accurate bass. Maybe slightly less warmth than some paper cones, some might say. But for precision and, frankly, durability, aluminum's generally better. That rubber surround helps with longevity, too.
Okay, precision. And what's driving it? There's a built-in amp, right? Source says 50 watts RMS, but it can handle 140 watts continuous program power. Is 50 RMS kind of the sweet spot for an 8-inch like this, or is that something you should keep in mind as maybe a limit?
Well, for its intended use integrating into a solid home or maybe office system, filling out that low-end 50 watts RMS is, it's quite appropriate. It gives you good sustained performance without needing massive power. But honestly, for integration, the control you get is often more critical.
Okay. What kind of controls are we talking about?
This is where it gets interesting. You've got user-adjustable crossover frequencies, and the range is pretty wide, 65 hertz all the way up to 150 hertz.
150. That seems quite high for a sub-crossover point.
It is, yeah. And that's actually useful. It means you can blend it really well, even with smaller satellite or bookshelf speakers that might not reach down very low themselves. Gives you options. Plus, it has optional auto standby, saves a bit of power. And versatile mounting options, too, so placement should be flexible.
Got it. So the hardware seems solid, engineered well, but like you said, specs aren't everything. Our sources really put a spotlight on the retailer here. Let's shift gears. Tell us about HDTV Supply, Inc.
Right. This isn't some fly-by-night operation. HDTV Supply, they've been certified since March 2nd, 2003. That's, 24 years in business? And Google Shopping rates them as an exceptional top-quality store. That's not just fluff. That comes from, years of consistent service and happy customers. Real reliability.
Okay, reliability is key. But let's talk about the specific support package tied to buying this sub from them. Free shipping, that's nice. Pretty standard, though. But a 7-year warranty, 7 years, that seems huge for electronics. Usually you see maybe 1 year, maybe 3 if you're lucky.
Exactly. 7 years is the headline here. It's almost unheard of. We're talking parts and labor against manufacturer defects for 7 whole years. That says a lot about their confidence in the product's build quality, doesn't it?
It really does. And then there's this other bit. Lifetime technical support. Free lifetime support. Via phone, chat, text, email, and FAX. They still offer FAX support.
Apparently so. It sounds a bit archaic maybe, but it shows a really comprehensive commitment, right? Whatever communication method you use, even older ones, they plan to be there to help.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
That level of multi-channel lifetime support is, it's just not something you see every day. It's quite unique.
It really is.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you, the listener? You're not just considering an 8-inch aluminum woofer with decent power and controls. You're looking at a product backed by 7 years of guaranteed hardware performance from a vendor with a 2-decade track record, plus that lifetime help commitment. It's kind of like buying peace of mind.
And it raises an interesting point, I think. We always compare specs, right? Watts, frequency response, cone material. But how much extra value does a product gain when the vendor essentially guarantees it worked for 7 years and promises to help you with it forever through any channel? That's something to really weigh up when you're comparing your next tech purchase to specs versus the long-term security.